Board of Appeals. Please listen to the rules and procedures we're going to be following this evening.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's meeting of the Town of Babylon Zoning Board of Appeals. The following is the procedure that will be followed tonight. The matters will be called in the order they appear on the calendar, with adjourned matters being called at the end of the regularly scheduled matters. Matters cannot be heard prior to their published scheduled time. When your matter is called, please submit the affidavit of posting to the secretary and proceed to the podium and give your name and address. The chairperson will then swear you in and read into the record information we have from your application, comments from various town departments, and any correspondence received on your application. The chairperson will then ask you to make whatever presentation you wish to make to the board. After you have made your presentation, the board will ask whatever questions the board deems appropriate, and then we will ask for comments from the public. If you wish to speak for or against an application, we ask that you wait until you're acknowledged. Come forward, give us your name and address, tell us where your property is in relation to the property that's in question tonight, and then please direct your comments to the board, not the applicant or the applicant's representative. We have to keep a record, and we cannot do that if there are people talking over each other or cross conversations. If someone has spoken for or against an application, and they have said exactly the same thing that you wish to say, it will have the same force and effect in the record if you give your name and address, are sworn in, and say that you join in those comments. If you have anything additional to say, please don't hesitate to do so, but keep in mind that you will be given only one opportunity to speak. After the public has spoken, the board may ask the applicant to come back to answer any questions that may have come up as a result of the public comments, or for the applicant to summarize. When the applicant comes back to answer any additional questions, if that happens, that does not start a second round of public comments. Once the matter has been heard, various things may occur. The board may decide the application immediately. It may reserve decision. If the board reserves decision, that does not mean the matter is approved or denied. It just means that the board needs more time to decide, may want to go out and look at the site again, or might want to review the documents and testimony further before making a decision. In either event, the applicant will receive the board's decision in writing shortly after the board makes its decision. If the application is approved, that does not mean that you can then go ahead and start construction or whatever it is that you requested from the board. You will have to wait for the building permit to be obtained from the building department before your go-ahead. On some occasions, the matter may be continued for another night. If it is continued, in most cases it will be for the submission of documents, a new survey, new plans, or something of that nature. If that's the case, no one needs to come back on the new date. The documents will be submitted and no further testimony will be taken. On rare occasions, a matter may be continued for future testimony. If that's the case, then people would have to come back to testify. If matters are adjourned at an open meeting on the scheduled date of hearing, no further notice need be given unless specifically required by the board on the date the adjournment is granted. 3 rules that may affect your ability to proceed tonight. 1. If the sign was not posted for 10 days, we cannot hold the hearing tonight. 2. If you commence this proceeding while you own the property, but no longer own the property, and you are here now to continue with the application, you will need either the written consent of the new owner or the new owner to be present for the hearing. This situation could come about if you sold your house or building, money was held in escrow at closing for a certificate of occupancy or permit, and you're here tonight to clear that up. Lastly, if your application is a commercial application and it's other than a renewal and there is more than one tenant in the building, then you need your landlord to be here. Is there any applicant that has any difficulty with those situations and would need an adjournment tonight?
Is there anyone here who would need an adjournment? For the record, there are none. Please stand and join the board in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless you. First application, number 22-171, Kenya H. Vanderpool. Can I have your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, Kenya H. Vanderpool, 12 Quinton Drive, North Amityville, 11701.
Do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes,
For the record, I have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 14th, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum stating that this application may not result in significant environmental impact. I have a survey by Scalise Land Survey dated 8/1/2022, a tax map as an area map, and
We have 4 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
what would you like to tell us about this application?
I would just like to say we would like to legalize the pool and shed that we currently have in existence.
Okay, I'll turn the hearing to Mr. Parati.
How you doing? How's
I'm
everything
great. How
going?
you doing?
Have you read the planning memo?
The planning memo?
Yeah, did you grab it? Yes.
Yeah, I just went over it right now.
Are you aware that your where your shed is, the cement area is encroaching onto your neighbor's yard?
Yes.
Okay.
When we had it done, we didn't know that was the line, the property
Okay.
line.
Would you guys actually agree to cut that back because it needs to be 2 feet from the property line, from your property line?
2 feet?
Yes.
Yes, if I have to, I have no problem doing that.
Okay. And
That's
also,
why the shed itself is about 4 to 6 feet back, because I was trying to make sure it was away from the property line. So when that was done, that's what we thought.
yeah, so you have actually the pretty much your accessory structures on the whole area, the whole
Yeah.
on the where the shed is and also where the basketball court is. It has to be 2 feet from the property line. Do you agree to cut that back?
Okay, we, in the process of, doing that over too as well. With that, I didn't know it was 2 feet supposed to be away from, because we're away from the property line, and when they came out to do the survey, what they actually was looking at was the layer that was on top of the concrete, and I even went back to the survey and told them that the concrete is not on the property line. It was more so the pieces of the basketball court that we laid out. But then I'm also in the process of moving that back as well too, so I could be in compliance.
Okay, all right, so then you do agree to move it back 2 feet, and also the pavers also.
Yes, which pavers? The pavers coming from the pool?
Yes, the pavers
Is
in
it
the
right
back.
on?
The
Okay.
pavers come in the
Yeah,
back
I
of the
didn't know
pool.
that needed to be 2 feet.
Yeah, so everything on your fence,
Yeah,
on your
I
property
see.
line needs to be 2 feet.
Away from the,
Yeah,
if we have to, I have no choice, I have to do that.
okay, all right. I have no further questions.
Okay, so you understand that the shed is at a 0, it's encroaching on the property, and you're willing to cut back all the pavers and the concrete patio 2 feet from your property line?
Yes, now,
agree to
when
that?
I do cut back the concrete, do I need to also move the shed 2 more feet back, or?
Yes, it's,
Oh, so,
yeah,
okay.
the shed is on the property line, according to the survey.
Yeah, I thought it was a couple of inches. Now, how
No,
far can
Can't be a
the,
couple of inches, it's encroaching on
It
your,
needs to be-
on the neighbor's property, so that shed needs to be moved 2 feet off your property
off the
line.
property line, as well as, okay.
Okay. We're going to hold this decision, and you'll get a decision in the mail,
Okay,
okay?
all right, no problem.
Is anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, thank you. And this, I just keep this, correct?
Yeah, hold on to that,
Okay.
sure.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Next application, 22-170, Abigail Peralta.
Hi,
Name and address for the record, please.
Abigail Peralta, 292 East 2nd Street, Deer Park, New York, 11729.
You affirm to tell the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
For the record, I have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 14th, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated October 19th, 2022. If approved, this application may not result in significant environmental impact. I have a survey by Christopher Henn dated 5/25/22, and a tax map as an area map. And
We have 5 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
I'll take those. What would you like to tell us about this application?
I would like to put up a 10 by 16 shed on the side of my house,
Okay.
right next to it.
Okay. Is there a reason, can you build this, couldn't you put this shed in a conforming location, make it at least 2 feet from the property line?
It could still have 2 feet.
Because you're not, it hasn't been built yet, right?
It hasn't been built yet.
Okay,
But
so if-
it
would you-
does have enough, at least 2 feet, but they were saying 1 feet over here on the paper. Like 1 feet.
It says property,
Diminish from 6 feet to
Yeah,
okay, so it's an oversized shed, so they want it to be back from the property line 6 feet. Can you
Yeah.
can you put it in that position, in that?
well, it's going to be a smaller shed now if it's,
You're going to put a smaller shed instead of the larger shed?
Yeah,
You said it was a 10 by
I-
15?
10 by 16.
Can you make a smaller shed? If you do the 10 by 16, you're going to need to move it 6 feet away from the property
6
line.
feet. So,
10 by 10, you're 4 feet.
yeah, I afraid that might not be enough if it's like a really small shed.
Okay, would you agree to construct it 6 feet off the property line?
Let me just see the, picture my map in my head. 6 feet. I don't think that's enough for, make it 6 feet. It's going to be really a small shed.
No, you don't have to change the size of the shed. We're not asking that. We're asking you, when you construct the shed, will you construct it 6 feet off the property line? Does she have enough room?
She doesn't have the 6 feet.
So you're going to have to put a smaller shed.
I'll put it in the back.
Yeah, can you move it to the backyard?
No, I can't because I have plans to put it on the back. Like, I have to put a playground on the back of the house.
But according to, it's pretty empty backyard though, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't put the shed,
No, because I really like the big shed for
okay, the
my
big shed, as long as
husband's
you can put
property.
it in the backyard then, and not on the side of the house.
Yeah, I do want the big shed for my husband's properties when he passed away. It's not enough in the basement. I need a really big one. My family moved in with me to be with me because my husband passed away, so I need the stuff for his properties.
So you need somewhere for storage.
Yes.
Okay, so that storage unit can be put in the backyard, 6 feet away from the property line? Instead of next to the house, you could be moved to the backyard.
Yeah, but I don't really want to put it on that.
But it has to be
Side
in a
of it.
conforming location.
Yes.
So, yes, it has to be in a conforming location. A conforming location for that size would be 6 feet off the property line, which right in that corner would fit perfectly.
Okay.
Yep. We'll reserve this decision and give you some time to ponder it.
So I'll wait in the mail for your decision?
Well, we'll wait
So-
for your response.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
gonna come back to us and tell us if you agree to that,
Okay.
okay?
Show us where you'd like it on the survey.
I'm sorry?
Show us where you would like the shed on the survey.
Like the photo?
No.
Survey.
Go home, think about it, let us know what size
I'll
shed you
send you,
want.
okay.
And put it on the drawing on here and let us know what you think. And
Okay.
we'll get back to you,
Okay.
all right?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? For the record, they're on. Here you go. Right here. I'll wait for you, Nick.
I don't.
Thank you, Nick. Next application, 22-172, Margaret Palazzolo.
Good evening.
Name and address for the record, please.
Margaret Palazzolo, 853 Frankfurt Road, West Babylon, New York, 11704.
And you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. For the record, I have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 13, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated October 19, 2022. There is a recommendation that this would need a freshwater wetlands permit for this project. A survey by William T. Holgan dated 6/28/2022, and a tax map as an area map. And,
We have 4 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
okay. Photographs. Thank you. What would you like to tell us about this application?
I'm just trying to put up a columnless portico in front of my house. I'm trying to enhance my property. Just trying to make my home, nicer for my children. I lost my husband last year suddenly, and I had to, try to give them something to come home to enjoy. So I was trying to do some work on it.
Okay. I'm going to turn the hearing over to Ms. McCullough.
Okay, so you're just gonna put a portico right over the stoop? Two
Yes,
columns
columnless. Yeah.
Columnless, okay. And the sheds, you have one on a cement slab.
Yeah.
How long has that been there?
I think I just did that in April of last year. I was trying to clean out the basement. Also, my husband had a lot of stuff, and I wanted to make that room downstairs so the kid could have somewhere to go. So I stored the stuff in there because to try to dispose of it, there was so much stuff he had.
So you absolutely need both sheds?
Yes, I would. But, eventually I would probably, once I, take things out, I probably may not need it. But for now, there's not enough room in the home to keep all those things.
Okay. So if either of the sheds are ever to be taken down, you agree to rebuild it in a conforming location or just get rid of them?
I'd probably just, if I have to,
Okay.
once I clear the stuff out, I can keep one, would be fine for me. But right now, it's just storage.
Perfect. I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none.
All right. I make a motion to approve application 22-172 with the condition that if the shed were ever to be taken down, it's rebuilt in a conforming location.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Application 22-131, Christine Sewell. Name and address for the record, please.
Gennaro Cozzolino, 2125 Deer Park Avenue, Deer Park, New York, 11729.
You affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. For the record, we have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 13, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated August 31, 2022. If approved, this application may not result in significant environmental impact. We have a survey by Christopher Henn dated March 1st, 2018, and a tax map as an area map.
And we have 4 photographs, Mr. Chairman, and a site plan by Michael Angelo, dated April 25th, 2022.
What would you like to tell us about this application?
We're requesting relief from the board to build a new 23 by 26-foot, two-story side addition. The proposed addition on the first floor consists of a new attached garage, a new mudroom, and an extended den, family room. On the second floor, there will be a new master suite with a bathroom and walk-in closets. Proposed additions require variances for minimum side yard setback, requesting to build at 5.8 feet instead of permitted 10 feet. A difference of 4.2 feet, variance for total side yard setback, requesting to build at 15.5 feet instead of permitted 25 feet, a difference of 4.5 feet. The proposed addition complies with all other zoning requirements and will not encroach any further into the front and rear yards. As far as the second front door, if you look at the floor plan, it's basically leads into a new mudroom or dump room is what they call it now, where the kids come and drop all their stuff down, school bags, equipment, sports equipment, their backpacks, instead of dragging everything through the front door.
Have any indication of possibly doing a second-story apartment or applying? for
Not
this?
at all, not at all, Mr. Chairman.
An accessory apartment?
No, they just need more room for the family.
Okay. What else? The two front doors are a necessity.
Yes.
And could you explain why? I mean,
Like I explained, they have many.
what
they-
about going through the garage and having a door inside the garage going into that mudroom? And we discussed that once before, I think.
We went through it, different options with the homeowner, and they'd rather have it where they come out of the car and go straight into the house instead of,
Go straight into the garage and go through that way.
well, we'd have to open the garage and then walk through the garage. But they have two cars, so I don't know what the situation is with the parking, if there will be a car already in there, and then the wife's car that she uses to pick up and drop off the kids.
We really like not to set a precedent for two front doors on, in the town here. I can't see that it could be such an inconvenience to go through the garage door to another door into the mudroom. I mean, that's really how most attached garages are set up anyway.
Or if you were to put an offset, where you had the door on the side facing, I'm going to say, east. Northeast, I guess.
This is all for not setting a precedent for two front doors. That's what we're trying to not
I understand.
have happen here.
I did, the homeowner did say that one of the homes on the block did have two doors. But, planning came up and said there was nothing there. They couldn't see anything from the aerial. But
Okay, so there's a home on the block with 2 front doors that has a legal CO for the 2 front doors?
That I don't know. It's at 18 Hawthorne Street.
We don't, was it approved by this board?
I do not know. I don't think so. But
All
if
right.
I can show you a picture,
Okay, you
if you
submit
want
it.
to take a look. It's something very similar to what my client is looking for.
That's right next door?
This is right across the street.
Okay, that's,
Oh, yeah, next door, sorry.
I could see that it's very similar to what you're asking for, excepting for the fact that we don't know if this is zoned
Exactly.
properly or if it was approved by this
Correct.
board.
Right.
So, I mean, if you could come back and tell us this was approved by the zoning board to have this second door, maybe, you know, that would fortify the
Okay.
application a little bit, you know? Are there any other questions from the board? Is there anyone who would like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to reserve decision until maybe you could come up with a little bit more information on that other home as far as
I'll start working on
legalization.
it right away to get as much information as I can
Okay,
from the building department and from the zoning department.
all right, thank you very much.
Thank you. I have the next case also.
What's that? Okay, well, that was, Application 22-132, Michael Apuzzo. Name and address for the record, please.
Again, Gennaro Cozzolino, 2125 Deer Park Avenue, Deer Park, New York, 11729. For the homeowner, Michael Apuzzo. We're requesting relief from the board to construct 2 side additions. The proposed additions require variances for front yard setback, requesting 30 feet instead of permitted 40 feet, difference of 10 feet. However, we're staying in line with the garage and not encroaching any further. Variance for minimum side yard setback, requesting to build at 11.73 feet instead of permitted 15 feet, a difference of 3.27 feet. And variance for total side yard setback, requesting to build at 28.13 feet instead of the permitted 35 feet, a difference of 6.87 feet. Variance also for building area, requesting to build at 25.57% instead of the permitted 15%, a difference of 10.57%.
Okay, excuse me, just 1 minute.
Sure.
Just allow me to just read these documents into the record.
Sure.
Then you
I'm
can
sorry.
continue. I'm sorry, my apology. Planning Division, we have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 13th, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated August 31st, 2022. If approved, this application will not result in any significant environmental impact. We have a survey by planning engineers dated 3/5/2005 and a tax map as an area map.
Chairman, we have 6 photographs and a site plan by Michael Angelone dated March 3rd, 2022.
Thank you. Sorry, continue.
Also variance for building area, requesting to build at 25.57% instead of the permitted 15%, a difference of 10.57%. The actual dwelling with the new additions comes out to 11.9% building area. The majority of the building area coverage is due to the in-ground swimming pool with the pavered patio, which puts us way over the lot coverage requirement. Proposed additions comply with all other zoning requirements and will not encroach any further into the front yard. As I said, we'll be staying in line with the existing setback of the garage. Again, as far as the second door, it's a side addition. It's set back over 60 feet from the front property line. And there will be a fence put up again because of the pool requirements to cover the view from the street of the second door. We did not want to put a door on the side because it would cut into the side yard setback even further, therefore reducing walkway to get into the rear yard.
Okay.
Again, it's a mud room, a dump room, also used as a laundry room for the first floor.
Okay, I'm going to turn the hearing over to Ms. McCullough.
So currently, this door leads into a bedroom. What is this? What is
Which
this? The
door?
front door, the second front door.
The second front door leads into the new mud room, laundry room. If you look at page 3,
It's currently one front door.
yes.
So on this porch, there wasn't a door that leads to the garage? Is there a window there? Is there a large
There's
window
a
there?
window, yes.
Window,
It's a window, yes.
okay. So the second front door is behind the fence currently,
It's proposed. It's proposed.
but there's a door on the side of the house currently.
A side entrance, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. There was a side entrance that we're removing to build a new extension.
Okay. Currently, that side entrance leads to what?
Leads to the kitchen.
So the front door is going to be located, I'm really confused at where it's going to be located.
Page
Get
2.
you some help.
Yeah, because
I'll get you some help.
Page 2 is the demo plan.
So you'd like to just review it one more time, take a drive-by, okay. So what we're going to do here is, we're going to reserve decision once again. Ms. McCullough would like to go there and visually inspect it one more time, and then we'll come to a decision, and you'll get that in the mail, okay? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Are there any other questions from the board? For the record, they're on. Okay, thank you. You also.
Same.
Okay, that's that one. Okay. Next application, 22-155, Peter Tafali. Do you affirm to tell the truth? Okay, for the record, I have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 14th, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated October 19th, 2022. If approved, this application may not result in significant environmental impact. I have a survey by Scafakico Land Survey dated April 16th, 2021, and a tax map as an area map. What would you like to, what do you got?
We got 11 photographs.
And 11 photographs, great. What would you like to tell us about this application? Try and speak into the microphone, please. Is everybody on?
We need to record it.
Now it's working? That's me? Okay, I think we should continue. What do you think?
Yeah, you can continue.
No? Okay, if you could just speak up a little louder, that'll be fine. We appreciate it. Sorry about that. You were going to tell us about the application.
Oh, it's things that I've been in the house for a long time, and I just want to be completely honest with you. I have a lot of medical.
Sorry about that. All right. Okay, continue, please.
Like I was saying, to be perfectly honest, I have had a lot of medical things, and I'm trying to get things right. God forbid if I pass, that my wife won't have any issues, and, I've been through a lot of things that I never know what I'm gonna be going, so I just wanna get things right for my family and them, so they don't have any problems. God forbid when it comes that they, wanna sell a house or do whatever they gotta do.
Okay, hopefully you'll have a long life and you won't have to worry about that. I'm going to turn the hearing over to Mr. Shepherd.
Good evening, how are you? So you just want to straighten things out? That's what brings you here tonight?
Yes, I wanna legalize everything, get everything right, so,
Okay. Can I ask, what's the reason for, you have a detached garage? What's the purpose of the additional carport?
to be perfectly honest, I have two classic cars, and I don't have room for two, so I just put the carport, I mean, it's not a permanent structure, it's a metal frame that I can take apart in like 20 minutes. So I put that there just to keep one of the cars dry, I didn't want it out in the weather,
How many cars do we,
so,
and I see you got a horseshoe driveway too, you don't keep cars on there?
No, that was when, well, now all my kids are moving out. I'm sorry I even ever did that, to be honest with you, but I wanted to have parking on my own property without taking up the street. I got 3 daughters and my son, now they all moved out. So basically, I'm just me and my wife now.
All right, you got quite a bit of coverage. Everything's like, you got the backyard, the front yard. You're way over on the amount. Is there any way you can cut any of that back?
Like what? I don't...
The asphalt, you're asking for, you're allowed 40%. You're at 84. That's, and then some. So you're double what you're allowed. We put a little grass in there somewhere?
If it's what I have to do, then, you know, I mean, it was done. I would rather not start ripping up asphalt, you know, and, you know, money's not, I have to sell one of my classic cars, I guess.
Well, listen, I feel for you, and I understand, you know, health and all that other things, but you got a concrete jungle over here, really. The backyard, the front yard, the whole, is there any grass in the front yard? I mean, I drove by it, I didn't, it's well kept, the place is nice.
Small circle in the front that's grass, and I have the bushes, you know, my landscaping around with the cobblestone.
And what about the pool? Is that legal?
The pool is not legal. The pool, that's part of this on here, I believe, no?
Okay, and then if we were to grant relief for you and allow this, would you agree to, if it was ever taken down, to put it in a conforming location?
Absolutely, because if I ever take it down, I'm not putting it back up. You know, my kids... I know that feeling. I already think that pool runs all summer long, and I don't even use it.
Okay, all right.
My wife debated about taking it down and just getting rid of it anyway. I just spent a whole bunch of money putting a fence to block it off because of my little grandkids. They come once in a while. So I just wanted them to be safe, so I even just spent money putting a fence to make
Fence.
it legal, so.
Make it safe. All right, listen, I appreciate all your honesty and your concern. I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Are there any other questions from the board? For the record, there were none. If anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to reserve decision. Just take a further discussion on this, and we'll get back to you with a decision in the mail. Okay, thank you.
Take care, Mr. Tefali. You too.
Application 22-158, National Building and Roofing Supplies. Name and address for the record, please.
My name is Neil Sander. I am with Independence Engineering. Address is 102 Spartanburg Avenue, Suite 310, Bordentown, New Jersey.
And do you affirm to tell the truth? For the record, we have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 17, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated October 19, 2022, stating that this application may not result in significant environmental impact. We have a fire marshal's report, past due, stating that there's a past due on a 2022 permit fee. And we have a survey or site plan by, it's hard to read here, Independence Engineering, dated 9/9/2022, and a tax map as an area map. And
We have 4 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
what would you like to tell us about this application? Okay, did you read the Planning Division memo? Okay.
Should be on this table if you didn't get it.
Basically, it's saying about keeping the aisles clear for traffic circulation, proper circulation through the site. And you need to clear up that fire marshal's permit. and before we could approve this application. Okay? Nope, just
Just that and pay the fine, that's about it.
pay the fee and make sure we keep that, the traffic circulation is okay. And, excuse me?
You said earlier, but when did they purchase it?
Okay, so was operating, was it, they purchased National Building and Roofing Supply? Correct. Okay, so it was operating as National Building Roofing Supply, previous? Okay, so it was a different application totally, okay. All righty. Any other questions from the board? Would anyone else like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to reserve the decision for that fire marshal permit, okay? All right, thank you. Application 22-164, Best Way Auto Collision. Right, and do you affirm to tell the truth? Okay, for the record, all right, are you going to speak? You're going to give me your name and address for the record also, please. And you affirm to tell the truth? Yes, sir. Thank you. For the record, we have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 17th, 2022. We have a Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated October 19th, 2022. Should storage of automotive fluids include tanks and/or more than 5 55-gallon drums, the facility must comply with the Suffolk County SCAC Article 12. This application will not result in significant environmental impact. We have a Town of Babylon Zoning Board of Appeals inter-office memorandum from the fire marshal stating, and it's dated, let me just see where it's dated here, October 20th, 2022, which is today, has a valid fire prevention permit. And Suffolk County Environmental Development and Planning dated October 13th, for Best Way. We have a survey from Design Development dated 8/29/2003, and a tax map as an area map.
We have 2 photographs and another survey by Paul Parlasky, dated August 3rd, 2021.
Okay, I'll take them. Okay, what would you like to tell us about this application? Okay. Are there any other questions from the board? I went by there today. The facelift looks great. The new painting and everything. It looks nice and clean. Any other questions from the board? Would anyone else like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. I make a motion, we approve application 22-164 for a period of 3 years.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, so this goes back. Next application, 22-163, Best Way Auto Collision. Name and address, please. We have to continue with this same, it's a different application, so. Thank you. Right, and you brought the fund to tell the truth. Appreciate that. For the record, we have a Planning Division memorandum dated October 17, 2022. Department of Environmental Control memorandum dated October 19th, 2022, stating that this application may not result in any significant environmental impact. Fire Marshal report dated October 20th, 2022, that we have a valid fire permit. A survey by Gerald T. O'Buckley dated June 6th, 2014, and a tax map as an area map.
And we have 7 photographs, Mr. Chairman.
Again, what would you like to tell us about this application? Very good. I have no further questions. I was by there also today. Any other questions from the board? Would anyone else like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. I make a motion to approve application 22-163 for a period of 3 years.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. There you go. Go ahead.
Have a good night.
Good night, thank you.
Oh, my God.
On the first one, you agreed to move everything back 2 feet.
Okay, yeah. On the first application, do we need to wait for him to, or we could just approve it with the condition that he moves everything back to the 2 feet? Okay, so we need to revise this and delete.
So he would have to cut it back, the pavers, and then give us a new plan with the recalculation for it.
Okay, so you'll address that with him? Okay, great.
Thank you, Kate.
Okay, what else do we have here? Yep. Yeah.
She did, I don't know what was in the board's packet, there was a plan showing that she wanted it in the side yard like that.
Right, but it wasn't going to give her enough clearance with that size shed. So,
So she said she was gonna come in with her own, you know.
In a different location?
okay,
maybe with the
so,
help of you guys.
we're, right, she understood that, right? So she's going to come back, visit with,
I would
Kate
reach out
and-
just in case, I would reach out to her just in case and make herself an appointment, I told her, but.
all right? That's approved. Christine Shul. That's wonderful. We originally,
4 and 5.
that's a second, yeah. 4, I don't know about. But 5, you're going to go take a ride back and see what,
I
so,
am definitely stopping by there.
okay, great. So we'll leave those 2 the way they are. Reserved, please. This one,
Number 6.
we really need to discuss this further. And you want to take a ride by there again?
I
or
was
see,
there, but I mean, yeah, I saw it. It's just, it's all concrete. Its front and back is all concrete. You have very little grass. I don't know. If something can be done, something be removed.
Well, if he takes the pool down, which he said he was going to do, which he's got grandkids, and I don't know.
He's got a lot going on now. Every inch of the place is.
Can we
Wanna
get,
give him a call?
see if we can get him to take down that mesh carport and maybe cut back some of the,
Front yard at least, he's, yeah, he's
Yeah.
all yeah, the driveway's horseshoe, but everything else in front of it and behind it is asphalt too. He's just got like a brick border going, making a U. A little bit
What
aggressive.
if he just takes down the pool?
That would help.
just get lot coverage in. The
It's his-
front,
It's the front area that you're only allowed 40%. He's,
you can cut back that front area a little bit. It's not included. Okay. So if we could reach out to him and he could cut back that front coverage with the driveways, we could reconsider. Okay. Next one, national, so we're waiting for a fire marshal on that one. Best way is approved. Okay. Okay.
So on page 7 of the agenda, Rollright Towing, the applicant purportedly met with the sign inspector today, so we hope to have some news on that. On the bottom of page 7, Ms. McGinnis is still asking the board for more time in order to comply with the board's request to cut back the awning. On page 8, Mr. McGinnis has been in touch with Ms. Riley. He understands he needs to provide new plans, and he is willing to do so. On the bottom of page 8, Ms. Riley spoke with the expediter for Mr. Simak, explained that the board was not inclined to approve the oversized garage, would prefer to keep the garage at 500 square feet as per the code, and the expediter is going to speak with the homeowner. That brings us to page 9 of the agenda, and if you would please review in your packet of correspondence, item number 4, memo from the sign inspector, Mr. Harkin, which will allow the board to make some amendments to this application
Okay.
to include deleting variance number 1, amending number 2 to read increased height of ground sign from 15 feet to 20.7 and a quarter, not 30, to change number 3 for the increased area of ground sign from 40 feet to 71.9 square feet, not 136.5, and then to delete variance number 6. So if the board is satisfied with Mr. Harkin's memo and would like to make those amendments,
Okay. How's everybody feel about that? This is my area. I went by there today. I don't have a problem with these amendments or deletions.
Go for it, Mr. Vice Chairman.
I make a motion that on application 22-138, we delete variance number 1. We amend variance number 2 from 30 feet to 20 feet, 7 1/4 inches. We amend variance number 3 from 40 feet and amend it to 40 square feet, amended to 71.9 square feet. And we delete variance number 6.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion, we approve application 22-138 for a period of 3 years.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
very much. Moving on to page 10, the
3 years?
3 years.
applicant is redesigning the home to make it smaller. The bottom of page 10, the applicant is looking to come in to apply for the 2 front doors, we believe, and if so, it will need to be re-advertised.
Okay. Where is that? West Valley.
Ready yet, so until we receive an application, whichever way it's going, then we'll take it off and re-advertise it or
Okay.
proceed as.
Moving on to page 11, last week is the loft at Gale Grace. Property located in Copac, and the board will recall there were a number of residents here. There were some questions from the board, and if the board would like to direct either council or planning with any follow-up that they wish to receive.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna have enough parking whatsoever there.
Especially if they have retail, you're right.
She backtracked too. First, she said that the parking was assigned to each tenant, and then she went back and said that they weren't assigned. So, I have no problem with the apartment buildings going in place, but I think they need to cut it back, some units, and definitely maybe assign some parking spots. Because during the day there, it is a disaster trying to get down Great Neck Avenue. And if they put a coffee shop, it's only gonna make it even worse.
How about if they can secure these parking permits from the town in that public parking area? If they could secure them and prove to us that they have 7 to 10, or whatever they stated, parking permits, 9 permits, before, so at least we have some kind of documentation to say that they are securing parking, additional parking.
Do we know how these parking permits are given? Are they at random? Is it first come, first serve, or do we don't? Yeah, so if they're not, how are they gonna,
So that,
so they could be SOL.
right, if there's no parking permits available, then that's a moot point. They can't, they're not getting anything. So we would need to see those parking permits in advance.
I don't believe the board was also made aware, perhaps it was in the packet, is it in the file? The traffic study from Cameron Engineering, is that?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, we didn't
Well,
see.
we didn't ask them.
Part of the planning board application, I can get copies to the board and email them over for your review.
Okay. And the planning board was okay with the parking review?
Planning board had no issues, but again, planning reviews the site plan, not any variance
Okay.
relief.
All right. So we're going to need to hold this until we have that additional information.
Of course, thank you for the direction. On the last page, it's your item of correspondence. Was included a second copy of a letter from attorney Stanley Somer regarding DCC Realty. The board had seen that before. What was new, however, was correspondence from the attorney for the tenant, and that person is CC'd on the bottom, Mr. Jacobs. So that should have been the correspondence in tonight's packet. You will have it next week. For background, the tenant and DCC Realty are engaged in litigation. There have been at least 2 court orders addressing the business activities, and I am hesitant to advise the board to take any action that could be used in litigation, and advising the board to not take any action at this time. But you'll get that other correspondence.
What property is this?
This was Riviera Parkway, Lindenhurst? Montauk Highway.
The next is a letter from
Yeah, what's,
Carlo Chiafra asking to withdraw his application that was heard last May.
with no,
On the agenda,
with no reason or, that's okay with me.
Oh,
Great guy.
yes, okay.
withdraw, and Mr. Delvecchia and Mr. recuse themselves.
Yeah, I recuse.
I make a motion, we withdraw his application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item number 3 was the email from Mr. Ubramos. Item number 4 is the memo from Mr. Harkin, and that leads the board up to accept the minutes of September.
I make a
Chair-
motion to accept the minutes of September 29th, 2022.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
For the board's review are the minutes of October 3rd. Thank you very much. Ms. Snyder, and a reminder to the board, there is a CLE Monday evening at Costa. So if you have not already registered, that makes it easier to your
Even if it was, it wouldn't catch me going to hospital.
Monday night, the 24th. And finally, I will not see you next week. You will be very ably represented by Commissioner Scelfo. I will see you for the first week in November.
Very good.
Great.
2 of us.
Three of us.
Motion to adjourn.